Hey YouTubers, how's it going? I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Lewis Moore III and Finding Cruz for liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you guys for watching so much. I mean, it just touches me that you guys, pay that much attention to my videos. Thank you so much. Feel free to share this with your friends, to anybody that could use some inspiration from this, or anybody that wants to watch this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Anyway, I've got some new updates, and it's not all that great. One, I've been sick for these past few days with a really bad cold. And this little mark right here on my nose is from a Breathe Right strip that I had ripped off too quickly. So that's why that little mark is there. It's yeah. Yeah, real lovely looking right there. But another thing is that I just recently lost my job at Faith Adult Foster Homes, the one that I was working with my aunt, and yeah, it was all because of this cold. Um, I started to get it at around noon on my shift with her at Friday. She saw it right away and she's like, "You have a cold, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm being really careful." And so she offered to give me some Dayquil pills. And I'm like, "Okay, thank you. This will help me." And it sure did. It got me through the rest of my shift and I felt fine. So I decided to go to the Y, have a workout, and posted a picture of it on Facebook, and just to try to build some inspiration for it and get people to like it. And but by that evening I was starting to feel the cold again, and I didn't know what to do. So I called up Linda and asked her. I said, "I'm going to have to work over at Angelina's tomorrow, but the cold symptoms came back. What do I do?" She's like, "Well, wear a mask, wear gloves and all that stuff." I'm like, "Okay." So I called Angelina and I told Angelina, I said, "Listen, this is what's going on." I told her that I was sick, and the shift that she was asking me to work, I didn't know because I wasn't going to be feeling good at all. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make all of that shift through, if I was going to be this sick. And another factor was that, it wasn't just her residents I had to worry about, it was also her kids, because she also lives where she works. Yes. She has one part of the house sequestered for her and her kids, but the other part of the house is for the residents. But sometimes the two places become entwined because because the kitchen is like the main hub of the whole place. And so that's where sometimes the two worlds interconnect. But anyway, um but yeah, I told Angelina, I said, "Look, I'm sick. I don't know if I can work the whole shift, but is there a way that we can work it out to where, both parties can benefit from this somehow?" And she's like, "Yeah, just work 9 to 3 for me." And I said, "Okay." So me and Angelina worked it out. Not even 5 minutes after I got off with the phone with her, Linda calls me back, and immediately she starts coming at me with this accusatory, condescending tone of voice, just pretty much asking me if I was using my illness as an excuse to get out of work. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You think that's what I'm doing with this?" I said, "Listen, Linda, you knew that I was getting sick from the very beginning. That's why you gave me the Dayquil pill." She's like, "Oh, you're just slinging me a bunch of bullshit, blah, 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 blah," just totally yelling at me, cussing at me the whole bit. And I'm like, "Listen, if this is the way you're going to be treating me, I don't want to work for you, and I don't have to stand for this anymore." And she just straight up hung up on me. She did. So I was like, "You know what? I'm writing out my 2 weeks notice." So this morning was payday. So since I was sicker than a dog, resting all day, I had my hubsters go clear to Ashland to not only pick up my paycheck, but to drop off the 2 week notice. And I get a message from Linda just basically slinging a bunch of insults, saying, "Oh yeah, by doing that, but you should have picked up the check yourself. Most companies don't let husbands take the checks and blah blah blah, and because you did this, it shows that your mind hasn't fully matured to adulthood very well," and just, I mean, basically insinuating that I was like a dumb child. I mean, really. So this is coming from my aunt. This business that I worked with, that was started by my grandma, my biological dad's mom, who stabbed me in the back out of a job, and then Linda ended up doing me like that as well. I mean, it's just been a kind of a weird experience for me, because this isn't just a grief over a job loss. It's also a grief at a loss of a family, because we're talking about my biological father dying of stage 4 lymphoma, and me and him have been estranged for years now, because me and my brother Kyle had a fallout that he didn't want to seem to let go of. When I tried to go to him for help, he straight out rejected me, and that's what ended our relationship for these past 3-4 years. And then when I started working at the foster home, I came into contact with Grandma Maddie. I started working for her, and then I started working with Linda at the foster home. So it was a family business. Caregiving was obviously in my blood. I felt like I was finally starting to come into my own as a caregiver, that this was the pinnacle of everything I had come to in my career. But all of a sudden, ever since Brian's diagnosis, Linda started losing it. She just started becoming more controlling, more patronizing, just really like telling me that some of my shortcomings and mistakes were all derived from my autism, like my autism was some kind of bad thing. Just making me feel totally less than, not even competent as a caregiver. I mean, if I wasn't doing things her way, she would automatically go behind me, just nitpicking everything. Hun, you don't understand. No, you're not doing it right. Just kind of just really, really ugly. The whole experience was just really ugly. Going through this kind of experience where an entire family hates you, it's something else. Even though I never grew up with them, even though they were never there to see me grow up, still, I don't remember anything I did wrong to deserve their hatred. They all blame my mom for taking me away from them. But I think I understand now why mom kept me from them for all these years. It wasn't to protect me. It was because she knew that once I sought them out, that I would be disappointed at what I would find and what it was going to do to me as a result. But I'm not going to let this defeat me. Even though one side of my gene pool hates me, I know who my real family is, okay? My husband, Amers, both of our families, and some of our very close friends and family members. I mean, the people who go, we know who has our back, okay? We don't have no question as to who has our back. Just don't ever, ever send your grandparents to Faith Adult Foster Homes in Ashland, Oregon. Don't do it. I'm telling you. That woman who runs it is fucking evil. That whole family is evil. Okay? You don't understand. My bio dad was was found to have molested my older sister, threatened to kill all of us if I said a word. He got away with it. Okay? His brother is a woman beater. He's been to prison for 5 years because of it. My grandma, Maddie, the one who started the foster home, stabbed me in the back out of a job because of one disagreement we had. She decided to replace me behind my back, and Linda was in on it. And then Linda just straight up, like, totally bullied me and just tried to bring me down on a daily basis every day that I was there, trying to use my autism as some kind of crutch to make fun of me with, to insinuate of how stupid I was and how I wasn't able to do this or that thing because of it. It's like, no. I'm ashamed I even came from them. I'm ashamed I even share the same genetics with them. But you know what? I don't have to let that define me. Because like I said before, I know who my real family is. And it sure as fuck ain't them. So I hope that God forgives them for what they did. Really, I hope God forgives them, because it's just beyond words to describe how deep this shit goes. But it's gonna take some time for me to heal from. Thank God I have my husband, my family, and his family, and our friends to help us. We have our church. We have God. I have my baby girl here sleeping beside me. I mean, it's gonna be okay. You guys, I know it's gonna be okay. It's just gonna take some time. It's just gonna take some time before I can start going out there to find another job, because as of right now, I'm only gonna be working 1 day a week at Angelina's. But it's better than nothing. I can still keep looking. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep plugging away at things. I'm gonna keep doing the best I can to make a future for us. Me and Justin conquering it together for our family. It's not just me anymore. It's me, Justin, and our family. And everything's going to be fine. So I'm going to end this for now. If you guys have any questions or comments or likes, please feel free to share these. And I will make another video as soon as things happen. Hopefully better things. And keep me in your prayers. Love you guys. Bye.